Hey everyone, it's Sharon, rec programmer for Child, Youth and Family for the City of Burlington. I have another activity for you today that is twofold. It's both a craft and it can be a game as well. So for this, you are going to need an empty tissue box. You don't have a tissue box that's empty, something that's about that size that you could then cut a hole into would also work. I have water, a paintbrush. I also have a spongy brush, so it doesn't really matter what kind of brush you have. This one just happens to be easier. I have some paint, not the most attractive color. However, it's something I have a lot of. I also have a paper plate that has some paint already on it that I was saving, and then there will be other things and I'll introduce them as we go along. So you want to leave your box intact. I have my little piece of cardboard for painting on so I don't mess up my table. You're just going to reach inside. I'm going to make faces. And do your best to release the plastic on the inside and then just peel it off. Boom! There you go. So you got your box and you can get rid of your piece of plastic. Cover this and hope that I still have paint that's wet. I sure do. I'm going to use my foam brush just because, as I said, it's a whole lot easier. And paint. Pick your colors. It doesn't have to be, oh sugar. It doesn't have to be one solid color. Your kids can paint it or you can paint it. Whatever colors you happen to find beautiful. Don't be afraid to get super creative. The one nice thing about this, you don't need to paint the bottom, but the one nice thing is that because it's got the hole, it's actually kind of easy to maneuver when you're doing other sides. So just make sure that you paint that all up. Plop that back in the water. I'm just going to set this stuff aside. I'm not going to go through the whole process with you, but have your kids or yourself paint this whole thing and then set it aside. Because the next part is you get to have fun creating the face for your monster. So think of what you want to do. It's going to have eyeballs. Is it going to have any decorations? You can put some teeth in there. I have a finished product, so I'll show you that and I'll take you through the process. So here is my box. I like glitter, so I had some glitter. I threw some glitter on there. So my box has got some glitter. I had these pre-cut little flowers. If your kids have stickers, anything like that, go ahead. So my monster has a nice little bow. I didn't have googly eyes at the time, so these are created using paper. So this is just white regular old printer paper if you have it. White paper, and all I actually have are Sharpies, but Crayolas, anything like that will do. So I had a couple of Sharpies and I created their eyeballs out of that. His teeth, you could use paper, but it won't hold up super well. So this is the flap off of a box that I was recycling. So I'm using that. And that is what I used as well to hold up the third eye. Your monster can have as many eyes. It can have as many teeth. It can have as many decorations as you want. I will say this is supposed to be the second part of this. First part is the crafting. The second part is that you're going to play a game. So you do want to make this hole accessible so that you can throw things in it. So don't put so many teeth that there's no room for you to play the game with the box. For eyes, as I said, googly eyes are great. If you have them, throw them on there. I didn't happen to have googly eyes, don't need them. This particular bottle of paint was actually big enough. Got my pencil, drew some circles. And you know what? Monster eyeballs don't have to be round. You can make them however you want. So drew some of those. You will need scissors, obviously, and then cut those out. If you are young, make sure that you ask permission so that you're using your scissors very safely, or you can ask an adult to help you with this part. I'm only going to cut out one eye for now. So there's my one eye. And then I also used, you may remember this little man from another video, but he had a nicely sized, he was kind of a nice size to do the inside of my eyeball. You can freehand it, you can do this however you would like. The lid for this would probably be fine. The size of this particular container for my glitter would also be fine. Or you can freehand it, doesn't matter. So you can see I'm using a scrap piece of paper because again, it doesn't really matter. Because I'm using Sharpies, I'm going to color on something. I made where I wanted my pupil to be. Color that in, there's my pupil, and then I'm just taking my other color. You get to see concentration time. Wasn't a superb coloring job. Obviously you can do much better, and you can see that on this monster, my pupil is very much better. You're gonna need some glue, white glue, a glue stick, if you have a little piece of tape, whatever it is, just so that you can stick your eye onto your monster. And you can stick it in the middle, you can stick it at the bottom, wherever you want it, so that your eyeballs are going to be worked out how you want them to be. You'll need your glue so that you can obviously glue on any little decorations that you might have. If you've got the little flower, when you glue on your eyes, your teeth, your glue stick's going to be your best friend. Make sure that your paint is dry. Now for the glitter, sorry, I skipped a piece. For the glitter, I actually powdered this on while the paint was still wet, so I didn't have to use glue. So this worked out super well. It stuck on there nice and I didn't have to worry about it. I'm still gonna have glitter fingers, but once it's done, your kids have stickered it, they've put on designs, they put on giant eyeballs, all of that kind of thing, and it's ready to go. Make sure that all of your parts are stuck on there pretty well. And then you're ready for the game portion of this. Depending on the age, depending on what you have in your home, will depend on how you play this. You can set this box up so that it's on an angle. You can lay it down. You could put it on the wall if you have that opportunity, or you could put it on a table or something like that so that it gives a different feel for the target. You can set up lines on the floor to make it easier or more difficult depending on age and skill. To make it more difficult, I have some pom-poms, so you can use those. They're pretty light, so trying to get distance is kind of fun, but they are very simple for small people to use. This is one of my dog's tiny little balls, so if you have something that's that size, ping pong balls, any little things, bouncy balls, that kind of thing you can use. And you're just trying to feed that monster, so hey, I got it in. You can do overhands, you could do underhands, you want to go further back, those sorts of things, and you're just going to feed the monster and make it a little bit more difficult. So you've had a craft, it's going to use up something you are going to recycle anyway. You get some fun out of it and then you can recycle it. So this is your feed the monster craft and game. Have a lot of fun, get super creative, that's kind of my mantra, and then challenge yourself as to how well you can play this game. Don't forget to live and play every day. Have a fabulous day, and I will see you next time. Bye.